for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh God.
It's been a screamer. It still is.
And it's this is the day before.
This is
the
we don't know.
It's the final countdown.
It very well could be. God, I always hated that song. I got so burned out of that song. And we're recording this on November the 5th.
Yes.
Remember the 5th of November,
Listen,
2024 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like the day started out with my mother started calling me at 8 o'clock this morning as far as doing transport. And it was just like, she calls and I'm like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I had barely put my feet on the ground. And then it's just like, I knew it was going to be one of them days. And it's just like, well, shit.
Yeah.
And you just roll with it. Yeah, that's because what else you going to do? And it's just like
sit and scream. Well, I don't know. That's it.
What good does that do?
It doesn't do any good except that momentary relief.
Well, Stoic philosophy is one of the things that helps me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
How did the ancients deal with these things? Basically, the way that we're doing it is one of those you do what you can do and then let God do the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, if it worked thousands of years ago, it's applicable for today. Or applicable. And it's like, my God, the amount of nitpicking. And this is that supernatural, the whatever energy that has been going on has been nuts. And
yeah.
Let me start on still having microphone issues. So those of you, it's like, I know I sound like a ball game announcer, that you're in the bleachers and you're getting that reverb thing. I don't know what's wrong because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I really didn't think that you sounded bad.
Oh, so that's it. I will try to do something at some point.
I didn't think the audio was horrible.
Nah, it's just sort of when you're listening with headphones, it's like, here.
Who actually listens to stuff with headphones most of the time?
There's actually quite a few of our people that have earbuds because they do other things while they're listening to us. Because there's nothing to see here. We do that purposefully so that people can do other things other than just sit and look at us. I don't know. I have this weirdness about that. Somebody sat there going, oh, look. She looked like this today. Damn, she looked like she crawled out of because I looked like I had crawled out of a foxhole this morning. I mean, my God, we're talking trench warfare. That's most days.
I know the perfect people to show you, to make you get out of that.
The people that have, from World War I.
Oh, no.
Your brother had said.
The Trailer Park Girls.
Oh, God. Your brother said that I had not yet had to shit in a helmet. I said, I'm not above it. Yeah. And he knows I'm telling the truth.
There's a podcast with 3 comedians. 2 of them are women. Mm-hmm. And Mama, you do not look nearly as rough as...
It's just weird. And I've been told that at some point it would come to that. That has been foretold. So until it does, I love the illusion of radio. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like the illusions and delusions and the spell casting that seems to have been really effective with a lot of people in our nation right now.
Well, that seems to be the thing different from what, from what Hollywood and everyone else has been doing. Most of the podcasts that you see on, at least what I see on YouTube, they're not casting any spells or anything like that. They're not trying to disillusion people.
No, I'm done past that. I'm on my ADHD rant.
Already?
No, we're talking about the public at large at this point. Now, as far as these people, it's got their slick, let them do that. We're just in our little lane. That's it.
Okay.
Podling Pirates. paddling along. The war drum is beating in the back. Stroke, stroke,
Stroke.
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 It's Billy Squire. Yeah, it's a totally different song. I love that song. That's a good song. But as far as the delusion that a lot of people are under right now, and the reason we're recording this a little bit early is because moderator for Robert Phoenix over on Rumble, and he's going to do like a marathon thing tonight. And I'm like, I should have probably gone to the liquor store.
Probably.
And then
Well,
I was laughing to Kabuki Theater because I had, responded to his comment this morning. And I'm like, it's just as well that I did not, because you've got to sober up at some point.
yeah.
And reality is worse when you're hungover. So, no.
You just got to go through it. Just.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I do not drink to excess. I haven't for many, many years. Every now and then, will I have a splash of rum in my coffee? Yeah, I will.
It ain't fun being drunk.
No. And that's where
And the hungover really ain't fun.
Self-discipline.
Yeah.
Self-control. I am very much pro-responsibility in every aspect of life. And this deal of people wanting to deny responsibility is what a lot of this ends up being. Has the devil taken advantage of that? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. It's somebody else's fault. It's not me. What part did you play in it? And this is the thing about choice, and that's what the crux of this is. And I've pondered this, and I'm going to get you all to ponder with us because we do that frequently.
Yeah.
With Adam and Eve, these were beings that were created, and I understand as far as trust me, I've done my research. And it's not a matter of TV evangelist. It's a matter of actual biblical scholars.
Yes.
And listening to people that are smart.
Well, that kind of goes in with the scholar.
Not always.
It should.
There's a lot of arrogance in because when you go into the academia, and it's just like you got to be discerning.
Well, it should go in with the scholar then. So, yeah.
And so within this, the lack of responsibility. Okay, the serpent, whatever this being was, because snakes don't talk. Do I believe that it could have been a reptilian? Absolutely.
It could have been.
And offered Eve
Lizard
whatever
person.
Yeah, whatever that they considered as far as this fruit. There's 112 million different theories about this. Nobody knows for sure. And it's like, whatever it was, she made the choice because she accepted the lie.
Yeah.
It's like, you will not die. Did God really say? That was the beginning of it. To bring doubt, to bring questioning. And then to sit there and misplaced trust. It's like when he's like, oh, you won't die. You'll be like God. How many people today are trying to be like God?
There's a lot of people.
They ain't qualified.
That's a light way of putting it. They sure as hell ain't qualified. They ain't qualified to even run an Arby's.
Right. And that allure of secret knowledge that God is withholding something good from us.
God has already, basically given us everything that was to know for the most part.
Yeah. But you've got people that that allure. They buy into that. He's hiding something from us because they don't trust.
Right.
But the thing is, she fell into the trap, and then what does she do? She goes to Adam, to the man, and he listens to her. And then it's the blame game when God said, "Did you?" and then they hid.
Yes. They
And
did.
instead of the responsibility, yes, we did. We're sorry. That story could have gone a lot different if they had simply owned up to it, humbled themselves, and said, I'm sorry.
Mama. The devil could have done that the first time when he had rebellious thoughts. He could have gone up to God and been like, Lord, I'm having these
Well, that's true.
these urges, these wants. Fix this.
Yeah.
He
That is
could have done
possible.
that.
That is highly possible. I believe that. But, and it was one of those, oh, the woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I did eat of it. And then the woman was, the serpent, he lied to me. Instead of going, yeah, I messed up.
Yeah.
My question is, when Eve came to Adam and said, here, eat of this, why didn't he say no?
Because he was in love with her. He was so in love with her that he was willing to do anything for her or anything with her.
But that was misplaced in the fact that God had told him directly, do not eat from this.
Mm-hmm. And I may be wrong when I'm saying this, but then one of the angels sort of rebuke him for saying something along those lines, like he would die for her or something like that. Something like...
No, that was not in Scripture. I think that's in some of the extraneous readings and interpretations and stuff like that.
Okay.
If you go into some of the apocryphal texts, which are questionable, such as the book of Adam and Eve, and we don't know who wrote those. That's why they're not canon. You know, I mean, you can read them. It's not going to hurt anything, but you've got to have some sense and discernment when you read some of these other things.
Yeah, you do.
But it's most interesting how, and being a woman, I wonder this because I have seen some of these women that is definitely this Lilith energy, this dark feminine energy, lead men around by the nose and lead them down paths of destruction. Thus, we have examples in Scripture of, Samson and Delilah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
I don't know anything
Jezebel.
I don't know about Samson and Delilah. I know about Jezebel, though.
Delilah was basically, she was another one that was in that prostitution line.
Okay. So
And that he had been told, because he had taken, I think he was a Nazarene, and that he had taken a vow that he was never supposed to cut his hair.
Oh, I do know this. And she went in there and cut his hair.
Well, the thing is, she had set him up multiple times before.
And
it wasn't just once.
Mm-hmm.
And why did he not kick her ass to the curb after the first time?
Men are kind of dumb.
This is what I don't understand. As a woman, I don't get it.
That's a God question. I don't know. I ain't y'all's part of the species, so like
those of us that are female, that we are not like that, we don't get it. Or a lot of us don't, because we don't play those games.
What? I think all women do it to an extent. They play games to an extent.
No, there's a lot of us that we really don't. We really don't. It's not about manipulation and different things like that. It's because that is where you get into that realm of witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, nobody should ever not wear makeup or any of that stuff. Now, we've got plenty of people around here, they do believe that. Big time. And that is why they see it as a form of deception.
Well, if you're wearing it full time, like, Like, for example, Dolly Parton, she doesn't ever take her makeup off.
She sleeps in it?
Yeah.
How is her skin not hell?
I don't know. But she always has a full face of makeup in case like a fire happens or something.
Now, does she really, or is that just
that's what she
comedy
says.
routine?
No. She's dead serious on that. I can see that as a form of manipulation and, tricking someone into thinking that you look away, but you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on today. But it's like men do set themselves up for it, because the women that do that stuff, they have a tendency to just be hell-bent.
Men are kind of dumb. And they tend to follow. Seriously, Mama, you will not. That there's a lot.
Like I said, I'm just
a lot of men that just get pussy whipped.
Why.
And you're standing there like, you're going after that. You're following that. What?
Because it's supposed to be a partnership.
Yeah, it's like it could be one of the most horrific asshole people you could think of, and you'd go stand there watching them going with them, and you're like, dude, the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. And it's like,
she got that voodoo on you or something,
right,
man.
Right. And you've got to wonder. It's
of course,
is
then
it
again,
karmic? Is it, what the hell is it?
I think it's sex magic. I think that's what it is.
A lot of it could be. And that's just like I was talking to Scrimshaw Rose the other day.
And it gets uncomfortable. I do get uncomfortable talking about that shit, but I do know, because that's.
Well, there's reasons that was supposed to be a sacred act that can result in bringing forth new life.
You don't do that.
No.
Like, seriously, like, I was once a person that would follow a few witches. I wouldn't do anything. I would just watch them and listen to what they have to say and stuff like that. They would talk about that, and that's how, no shit, some of the men just fall for some stupid shit. And
what happens? Everybody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody gets hurt.
That is evil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why God said don't do that. But Scrimshaw Rose and I were talking the other day, and we was like, back when people had arranged marriages, and I understand that there are some places that is still a thing. And you've got to ask yourself, was that in some ways better?
Yeah, that's
because
debatable.
If you are parents that love your child, you're not going to set up with somebody that's going to be, not treat them well.
Right.
And I know that I can't.
Or at least you're going to try your best. Now, some parents really don't. They really don't give a fuck, and they try to just marry them off to whoever.
Well, that's not exactly arranged marriages. That's just passing the buck is what that ends up being. But I know that in some of the places where they still do arranged marriages, that if the betrothed do not like each other, if they truly are incompatible, that they don't have to go through with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's an option.
Right. But to sit there, and it is a commitment that is not purely emotionally based.
Yeah.
Because what is marriage? It's a legal contract.
Yeah, it's a spiritual legal contract.
And people don't take that seriously anymore either.
Well, people don't
because it's cheapened. It's been cheapened just like everything else.
Well, people also don't want to think about the spirit world being a real thing.
Yeah. Because that's the bottom line with all this stuff, is when you get away from God and his way of, hey, do it like this, the instruction manual, it doesn't work real well.
Yeah, no.
But that truly, as far as why did Adam not look at Eve and go, no? I mean, he didn't have to scream. He didn't have to throw rocks at her. I mean, that came later as, consequences. But anyhow, why didn't he simply say, no? Why did you do this? Why did you listen to the snake instead of trusting God?
There's a lot of questions that I don't think we have answers to at the moment for those.
Yeah.
And maybe there are answers out there. But honestly, my question is, why didn't he say no? Well, you could say, like, free will. He was in love with her. He didn't want to go against her. All that. Obedience to her. Okay.
He didn't have to be obedient to her. Like I said, it was a partnership. It wasn't,
Yeah. But, and it goes back to, okay, the devil did what he did, and that's just a result of what the devil did in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like, okay, why did that happen? Why did that happen in the first place?
Right. And these
why was that allowed in the first place?
Because of free will. That is what I will tell you. Because that humans have free will. We have free will today. Whether we exercise that or not, and it's just like we were talking as we were going, doing transport and stuff this morning, it was a matter of how many people will go along with the herd, even though they know it's wrong, because they don't want to do what they know is the right thing, because they are afraid of the backlash. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of somebody ostracizing them or calling them something ugly or whatever it is. It's fear.
Yeah. I mean, look at it on TikTok. It's everywhere. Everybody's scared, everybody's scared to share their opinions on certain things or whatever. Because when you do, if you tell the truth, especially on certain subjects.
Oh, yeah. It does not make you popular.
They will rip you into shreds. They'll get you banned off of that website.
But guess what? It does not prevent the truth from being what it is.
No, it doesn't.
So, just these
but they're trying to silence it. Facebook does it all the time.
Sure they do. As far as the cultivation of lies, and anytime you've got any kind of relationship that is based on a lie, that's doomed to failure.
Mm-hmm.
But these are things that we just ponder because it was something different and we needed something different. Final thoughts, kid.
There's a lot of things. I want to ask God.
Sure. And ask him. Some things he will answer. Sometimes it's, automatic. And sometimes you have to wait for the answer.
Listen, if I have to wait. Watch. Some of these questions that I have, it's a matter of, okay, you're going to have to wait till you get here.
And that could be part of the answer.
That's some of the things it's like, what? Okay, why do I have to wait until then to know why Adam and Eve did what they did and why they chose what they did?
Because that is a pondering. That is a want to know rather than a need to know. It has no true bearing on your life other than giving your mind something that is not negative to focus on.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is true. Yep.
Everybody be going through the paranormal and supernatural. Everybody. Ooh,
Silent Hill.
You got a ticket to ride. Mm-hmm. So, you want to tell them where we can be found?
We can be found on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Orlando's Cup of Coffee with Scream. She can be checked out on X, previously known as Twitter, Orlando COCWS.
Damn, I'm more active over there than I ever dreamed that I would be.
Mm-hmm.
People are probably like, stop it. Go take a nap. Go fix you another cup of coffee. Stop posting. It doesn't matter.
You know what I've been active on lately? Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, because you found new merch.
No, it's the whole fact that well, first of all, that remake ain't shit. it ain't shit. I'm damn well excited about that.
Okay.
And I'm going back and replaying the original, and I'm blessed to have the original,
Yeah.
because that's it's still it's better than the remake. It's got an eeriness to it that the new one just sort of lacks.
Of course it is, because I'm sure they're trying to marshmallow wrap that too.
And it's a different gameplay mechanic, it feels like, too. So it's like, eh.
Well, that was what, even trying to find the backdrop as far as Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
The images that kept coming up, censored.
Why would they censor it?
Because it showed the human body. Yeah.
I think you can turn that off. The censor off, maybe.
I know. I mean, this is the thing, and it just, we could go down another rabbit hole, and we're not going to. I just thought that it was very interesting.
It is.
So, anyhow,
That's
prayers,
weird that they would
continuing
do
prayers.
that.
Well, there's a lot of weird going on, and I'd say we ain't seen nothing yet. Anyhow.
Oh no, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, the House of a Thousand Corpses, the dude, the clown dude. Oh God.
No, I rebuke and bind that in the name of Jesus.
I saw that on Tubi the other day. Like, I saw just the picture for it, and I was like, I had flashbacks, and I'm like, no.
Again, choice, being responsible.
Yeah, it was I could either choose to suffer and watch it or not. I chose not to.
Yes, it's not that hard. If you can choose to not do suffering, why would you not? But there are many that they will sit there and just, I don't know, it's magical thinking or something. It's like, if I do this, I will be the one that will escape the suffering. And then it's the weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth and, I've made a horrible decision. No shit. No, the words fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
So, know
Loves
that
it.
you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.